Have you ever poured your heart out in prayer, desperate for an answer, a sign, anything, only to be met with silence? You plead, you cry, you bargain, but it feels like your words are just echoing in an empty room. It's in those moments, when you need God the most, that his silence can feel the most deafening, the most painful. You start to wonder, did I do something wrong? Has he abandoned me? Does he even care? If you've ever felt this way, I want you to know you are not alone. And more importantly, that silence doesn't mean what you think it means. Today, we're going to explore the profound reasons behind God's silence and discover the incredible purpose hidden within it. Let's start by looking at some of the giants of faith. Think about Job. He lost everything: his children, his wealth, his health. He cried out to God, demanding answers for his suffering, but for 37 chapters, God was silent. Imagine that. Not a day, not a week, but a prolonged, agonizing silence while he sat in ashes, his life in ruins. Or what about David? In the Psalms, he constantly cries out, "How long, O Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" Even Jesus, in his most agonizing moment on the cross, cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" If these spiritual heroes experience divine silence, it tells us something crucial. God's silence isn't a sign of his absence or displeasure. It's often a part of a much deeper, more intricate plan. So why does it happen? The first reason is that silence often precedes promotion. Think of it like a test. Before a student can graduate to the next grade, they have to pass an exam. The teacher doesn't stand over their shoulder whispering the answers. The teacher is silent, allowing the student to apply what they've learned. In the same way, God often uses periods of silence to test our faith and character. He wants to see if we will trust him based on his promises, not just on our feelings or circumstances. James chapter 1 tells us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. That perseverance is what strengthens us, matures us, and prepares us for the greater responsibilities and blessings he has in store." When you're in that silent season, it's not because he's forgotten you. It's because he's preparing you for graduation. He's getting you ready for the next level. The second reason for God's silence is that it forces us to seek him more earnestly, not just his solutions. It's easy to treat God like a cosmic vending machine. We put in a prayer and we expect a blessing to pop out. But when the answers stop coming, we are forced to reevaluate our relationship with him. Are we seeking his hand or his face? Are we just after the gifts, or are we truly after the giver? In the silence, our superficial motives are stripped away. We have to dig deeper. We learn to praise him not for what he does, but for who he is. The silence purifies our worship. It shifts our focus from our problems to his presence. This is where true intimacy is forged. It's in the quiet, when all we have is our faith, that we discover that he alone is enough. The silence isn't a punishment. It's an invitation to a deeper, more authentic relationship. Another profound reason is that God is working behind the scenes in ways we cannot see or comprehend. His silence on your situation doesn't mean he's inactive. Romans 8:28 reminds us that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Notice it says he works, present tense. While you are experiencing silence, he is orchestrating events, moving people, and aligning circumstances for your ultimate good and his glory. Think of the story of Joseph. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. For years, it must have felt like God was completely silent. But during that time, God was positioning him. He was elevating him from a prisoner to the prime minister of Egypt, all to save his family and an entire nation from famine. Joseph couldn't see the big picture from the bottom of the pit, and we often can't see it from the middle of our trial. God's silence is often a sign that a complex and wonderful plan is unfolding. A plan so intricate that revealing it too soon would overwhelm us or interfere with its perfect timing. So, what do we do when we're in that silent season? How do we navigate it? First, we must rest in what we already know to be true about God's character. He is good. He is faithful. He is sovereign. He loves you with an everlasting love. Cling to the promises in his word, not the feelings of doubt that this silence creates. His word is the anchor that holds us steady in the storm. Read the Psalms. Remind yourself of his past faithfulness in your own life and in the lives of others. Create a memorial of answered prayers to look back on when your faith feels weak. Second, keep doing what you know is right. Keep praying even when it feels like you're talking to a wall. Keep worshiping even when your heart is heavy. Keep serving others. Keep showing up. Faith isn't a feeling, it's an action. It's choosing to obey and trust God when it makes no sense to your logical mind. Don't let the silence paralyze you. Your continued obedience in the face of silence is one of the most powerful acts of worship you can offer. It demonstrates a faith that is not dependent on circumstances. And finally, listen. Sometimes God is silent because we are too noisy. Our lives are filled with distractions, anxieties, and our own desperate plans. We are so busy telling God what we want him to do that we don't create space to hear what he might be trying to say. The prophet Elijah found God not in the wind, the earthquake, or the fire, but in a gentle whisper. That still, small voice can only be heard when we quiet our own souls. Use this season of silence to turn off the noise, to practice solitude, and to just be still in his presence. It might be in that stillness that you finally hear what he has been trying to tell you all along. The silence of God is not an empty space. It's a sacred space. It's a space of growth, of purification, and of preparation. It's where our faith is refined like gold in the fire. When God finally broke his silence with Job, he didn't give him the easy answers Job was demanding. Instead, he revealed his majesty, his power, and his wisdom. And in the end, Job said, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." The silence led him to a revelation of God that was more real and profound than anything he had known before. That is the ultimate purpose of the silence. It's not to push you away, but to draw you into a deeper, more awe-inspiring encounter with the God who has been with you, working for you and loving you through it all. So if you're in a season of silence right now, take heart. He hasn't forgotten you. He's closer than you think. Trust the process. The dawn is coming. Thanks so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content to encourage you on your faith journey. See you next time.